So today we're going to explore the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem states that the sum of the squares of the legs of a right triangle is equal to the hypotenuse squared. You more commonly know it though as a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You can use the Pythagorean theorem to help you find the missing side in a right triangle when the measures of the other two sides are given. So in a right triangle, of course, you have to have a right angle, which we label with our little box right here. And across from the right angle, you'll always find the longest side of the triangle. That side is called your hypotenuse, and we're going to call that side C. The other two sides that form the right angle are what are called the legs. The legs we're going to label as A and B. Hence, from there, you come up with the Pythagorean theorem, and again, the sum, which means addition, of the square of each leg is equal to the hypotenuse squared. And again, the A and the B are the legs, the C is the hypotenuse. So let's consider an example. If you take a look at this triangle over here on the right, this side that is labeled 5 is one of the legs, and the other leg is labeled 12. So we know the two legs, and we're trying to find the length of the hypotenuse. So in order to do this, we're going to just take our information from our labeled diagram and fill it into the Pythagorean theorem. So in for the A and the B, or the legs, I'm going to fill in 12 squared, 12 being the first leg, plus 5 squared for the second leg, will equal my hypotenuse squared. Now again, the hypotenuse is the missing side, so I'm going to call that x. So as I go to simplify this equation, the x is already by itself on the right-hand side of the equal sign, so I'm simply going to evaluate the left-hand side. 12 squared is 144, plus 5 squared is 25. And remember that squaring a number just means you multiply it by itself. And that should equal my unknown side squared. So as I continue to simplify, 144 plus 25 gives me 169. So 169 is equal to x squared. My final step in order to eliminate the squared and just be left with an x is to take the square root of each side. So the square root of 169 will be equal to the square root of x squared. The square root of 169 is 13, and the square root of x squared leaves me with x. So we were able to find that the length of the hypotenuse is 13 if the two legs are 5 and 12.